You're never told that life could ever get this way.
There are so many different types of breast cancer. So that's why today I want to talk about how breast cancer support groups can help you, but some cautions as well. If you've been following along with my videos from the first video I recorded up to this one, the reason I'm recording this one right now is because I want to help you along the way, but I'm just one breast cancer survivor. And though my breast cancer was hormone positive, which is the majority of what most women are diagnosed with for breast cancer diagnosis, there are many other breast cancer diagnoses that someone could get. I can review here. You could be hormone positive like I was. You could be HER2 positive but not hormone positive. You could be triple positive, or you could be triple negative. And because breast cancer diagnoses have so many different types, the reason I'm talking about a breast cancer support group right now is because I don't want to leave you waiting if you're not going to go through the same path of breast cancer treatment as I am. I will probably do the next video with a topic on preparing for your chemo appointments, because that's what I had first for my breast cancer treatment, but you may have had surgery first. So this is why I am doing this video at this point in the sequence of videos that I'm recording, so that I do not leave you left waiting for a video that can help you. You can go to many of the breast cancer support groups that I will leave in the description in this video, so that you're still being helped through whatever I can share. So I'm going to talk first about why you might seek out a breast cancer support group, and then I'm going to talk about who should seek out breast cancer support groups, and when you might seek out a breast cancer support group, and then some places that you can go. There are so many places pretty much everywhere if you look, but I'm going to recommend the ones that I know the best. Again, I'm going to reiterate what I said at the introduction of this video, and that is that there are so many different types of breast cancer. I was hormone positive, but you might be HER2 positive and hormone negative, or you might be triple negative, or you might be triple positive. So the videos moving forward, you might not relate to every single one of them, because I'm going by my memory of how my breast cancer treatment was rolled out. So I will most likely talk in the next video about how to prepare for chemotherapy, because that was the next path in my breast cancer journey and my breast cancer treatment. But you may have surgery next, and so you might be waiting for a video, and I don't have it up yet. But you can go to the breast cancer support groups that I will mention in the description below, to the one that I founded and admin, or many other ones that I will mention below in the description, so that you don't feel like you're lost, because I want to help you navigate this breast cancer journey that you're on, regardless of whether it's similar to mine or not. And the way that I can do that the best is to point you to breast cancer support groups that can help you. Reason number 2 to seek out a breast cancer support group, rather than just relying on videos here on YouTube or on Facebook or any other social media platform, definitely mine, is that you may be in a different time of your life than I was or am right now. You may be a very young person that is navigating breast cancer journey, and I don't want you to try to fit your lifestyle into mine, fit your where you're at in your life into where I was at or where I am now. So there are many other people that are waiting to bring purpose to their breast cancer journey by helping you, that may have a more similar, they may be in a more similar place in their life that you are. For example, we have a lot of older women in my breast cancer support group, not just older women, but we have a lot of older women, and they might choose different things in their breast cancer journey, or they may opt out of other things because they are older, and sometimes quality of life outweighs the quantity if you're an older patient. Versus if you are younger, you may seek out more treatment because you're balancing that quality of life with quantity of life, especially if you are a young mother or a young parent. So that is another reason that I think breast cancer support groups can be of value, because I may not be the most relatable person to help you navigate your breast cancer journey, no matter how much I want to help you. Reason number 3 for seeking out a breast cancer support group is that it's a good place to be able to vent and share things that aren't good for you to keep inside. You really need to navigate your emotions as they come, and not deny that you're feeling a certain way. And a breast cancer support group is really good for that. I'm going to go into more detail on how to do that when I talk about who should seek out a breast cancer support group and what breast cancer support groups there are available out there that I know of that will help you. But definitely seek out one that is just for breast cancer survivors, so that you can share things that you don't want to share in front of family and friends. You don't want to burden them more. So it's a great place to feel like you're not alone, and that it's a safe place for you to share concerns that you don't want your family or friends to know that you're worried about. This can also be true of your family and friends and who you have as a designated caretaker, and we'll talk about caretakers in another video. Most of you are probably very independent individuals, but there may be a time in your breast cancer journey where you could really use someone available as a caretaker, even though you're usually independent. But for the same reason that you would want a place to vent and not burden them, they may want a place to vent and not burden you. You're going to probably want some tips and guidance to help you navigate your journey. So a breast cancer support group can be good for that. And lastly, one thing that helped me personally with moving forward with the reality of my breast cancer journey was to know that my breast cancer journey could help someone else. It brought purpose to my breast cancer journey. That personally helped me, knowing that what I went through was not for naught. It would help somebody. Whatever I went through, I know what it's like to be a breast cancer patient. So I have something I can offer to you, that I can offer some empathy that maybe a clinical breast cancer support group couldn't, unless that person that's facilitating that group has also been a breast cancer patient. So that gave me purpose. And you don't necessarily need to found and admin a breast cancer support group to bring purpose to your breast cancer journey. You could be a member and do so much for other people in a breast cancer support group. As you move along, you can give people hope. The reason I stay in a lot of other breast cancer support groups besides mine is to give people hope. And I'm going to talk about some of the negatives of a breast cancer support group. One of the main one being that a majority of people that join breast cancer support groups are mostly people that are in active breast cancer treatment. And oftentimes they are looking for someone that has been where they're at, and they want to see people many years out with what they are facing. Many people that are many years out that have survived what they're going through. And so that's one reason that I stay in the breast cancer support groups. So that might be something you want to consider depending on when you decide that you personally want to benefit from a breast cancer support group. I think that it can make a world of difference, giving your breast cancer journey a purpose. So who could benefit from a breast cancer support group? Actually, not just breast cancer survivors. And the reason I say that is, again, we like to have a safe place to vent where we aren't feeling like we're sharing things that could further burden a family member or a close friend. In the same way, there are things they might want to share that they don't want to burden us with. So they could benefit from some type of support group as well. So when might you benefit from a breast cancer support group? That actually depends on you and what you're looking for. Many people want to join a breast cancer support group right away because they're looking for a source of hope and encouragement. They're looking for people with their diagnosis and in their time of life, similar time of life. For example, a mother might be looking for other mothers that have the same breast cancer diagnosis and that are mothers like they are for tips and advice on how to navigate breast cancer and to have young children, for example. Or you might be older and you're looking for other people that made choices in their breast cancer treatment of weighing the quality of life over the quantity of life. Or you might be have not had any children yet, for example. So you're looking for other young breast cancer survivors that have survived breast cancer and moved on to accomplish many of their plans that they had before their journey started. Some people might not want to join a breast cancer support group right away because they might feel too overwhelmed with all the appointments they're going to and all the information, and joining a breast cancer support group is just one more thing added onto their plate. So it really depends on you and what you prefer, your preferences, your personality, what you know you can and can't handle. You know yourself better than I do. So it really depends on what you're looking for. Some people don't really realize that they might benefit from a breast cancer support group until they start experiencing side effects. And so then they're reaching out for tips and tricks to navigate these side effects. So that is another time that you might decide you want to join a breast cancer support group, because there's so many of us that have fought similar side effects to yours. So you don't have to fight this alone. There are many people that have been in your situation that are dealing with the same side effects. So at the very minimum, you know that it's normal or not normal, and you might get some tips and tricks to help make your journey easier to better manage those side effects. Some people decide to join a breast cancer support group after their active breast cancer treatment is over. They felt like they had their hand held during all the breast cancer treatment, their active breast cancer treatment, and then all of a sudden they feel like they're left out in the cold. They're left without that support system that their care team was. They feel like it's fallen out from under them. And that's when they join a breast cancer support group. When I was diagnosed with breast cancer, I knew of a friend at my church who also had breast cancer 3 years prior to me. But I soon found out, like I said at the beginning of this video, that breast cancer isn't just one disease. There are so many different types of breast cancer. So I joined support groups to seek out people that were also hormone positive like I was, and who were also mothers with kids that were 10 and under. So it really does depend on what your personal needs are, what your breast cancer diagnosis is, what stage you are. I was looking for hope and encouragement because I found out I was stage 3. So I was going on to the support groups to find other people that were hormone positive and also stage 3. There's so many different times and reasons that you might join a breast cancer support group. Even if you have a friend or a relative who had breast cancer, they may have a different have had a different type of breast cancer. Like I said, this friend, she was triple negative and I was hormone positive. There were some things that we had in common. We were both mothers. Her kids were a little bit older than mine, but we were both mothers. But And we did have a little bit of the same treatment, but because she was triple negative, she had different chemo, other extra chemo that I didn't have. But we both had what is called the red devil, and I'll talk about that in a chemo video. It sounds horrible, but it's called the red devil probably because of the color of the chemo. It comes in a bag and it's red. We both had that chemo, and so she was able to tell me about some tips and tricks for managing that, and she also told me some things about icing your hands. I think that might have been with Taxol. But she gave me some tips and tricks, but she couldn't tell me everything about hormone positive breast cancer because she was triple negative. So some people, even though they have family and friends that may have had a breast cancer journey, you may want to seek out someone who has a similar breast cancer journey to you, or had a similar breast cancer journey to you, for hope and encouragement, for tips and tricks, and just to know that you're not alone, to have a place to vent. So that might be a time that you choose to join a breast cancer support group, when you're looking for people that have a similar journey or had a similar journey to you. There are many breast cancer support groups on Facebook alone. The one that I founded in admin, Pink Warrior Calendar Girls support group, is on there, and it's for anybody that is a breast cancer survivor that happens to be a woman, and that's because women have things that they want to share that they don't want it to be a co-ed group. There are things that you can fill in the blanks that you would want to share that you wouldn't want a male survivor in there, and I'm sure male survivors that they'd probably feel uncomfortable being in that group, and they would want their own group. It is a private group. It's not public because again, your privacy is valued, your privacy is respected. Don't allow spam. We do have some sponsors that are on there. I do allow sponsored posts if they are my sponsored posts, if they're for the support group, but I don't allow any other posts that might be salesy. The support group does allow prayers and Bible verses, but it's not all about praying for somebody else or sharing Bible verses of encouragement. It is a place for people to seek out other people that have similar diagnoses and similar stages, similar places in their life, so that you don't feel alone. I'm very proud of that group, and I hope that you will join it, because I believe that it is a great place to supplement what I share on these videos, because I was hormone positive, and you might be triple negative or HER2 positive or triple positive, and so I can't answer all your questions, but I'm sure there's somebody in my support group or in some of the other support groups I'm going to mention that can help you. There's also the breast cancer support group called Breast Cancer Support, ERPR positive, HER2 negative, and I will put it in the description below so that you can link to that. That's one that I am a member of because I happen to be hormone positive but HER2 negative. Again, like I said, there are groups for specific types of breast cancer or stages. Breast Cancer Support I Got This is another breast cancer support group. It's on Facebook. It is run by somebody that actually subdivided this group into places by state in the United States. So if you want to meet with someone locally and you happen to live in the United States, you can join the state group, the state that you belong to, that group you can join and try to see if you can have a local meetup, if you want to have a local breast cancer support group where you can meet people in person. They also have many resources there that might benefit you. There is also HER2 positive breast cancer support group. It's called HER2 positive breast cancer support and awareness group. I might as well just read these off. This link will be in the description. There's also triple positive breast cancer, HER2, PR, and ER positive. I'll put the link below. There is TBNC, in parentheses, triple negative breast cancer warriors. That support group is for triple negative breast cancer survivors. There's also a stage 4, that's stage 1V, breast cancer truths. There's a closed metastatic, in parentheses, stage 1 or stage IV for stage 4 breast cancer support group. And then there's de novo, stage 4 breast cancer. De novo means that you were staged stage 4 from the beginning. So these are just a few breast cancer support groups that can benefit you. There's breast cancer naturally, real people, real stories, if you decide to go holistic. I personally don't believe in going holistic, but I also don't believe in going completely conventional. I believe in an integrative path. But if you want to seek some natural things that will help you on your journey, there's that group. And then the Blessing Box Project is founded and admin by somebody that had the same reconstructive surgeon as I did when I lived in Northwest Houston. She decided that people could benefit from a drain shirt and a mastectomy pillow to prepare for their mastectomy recovery. This shirt is actually from them. I bought it to help them because these are supposed to be given freely. I bought the t-shirt to help fund the shipping and handling that's involved in shipping and handling these care packages to people that are coming into their mastectomy surgery soon. She also provides lots of hope and encouragement, and she is often live on Saturdays, so you can see her ministry in action, where they have sew-ins almost every Saturday, sewing these mastectomy pillows and drain shirts. Oh Twanky, sometimes they change their name, but if you look for the words Oh Twanky, she's in my support group. Lorraine McDaniel, I believe her name is. She has a group that sends out free Happy Mail. So if you would like a card of encouragement, you might end up being a lucky winner for that week, and she'll send you some Happy Mail. It's always great to have something to look forward to in the mailbox. This next one that I'm going to talk about isn't for survivors. It's actually for children of survivors. It's for children of any cancer survivor, not just breast cancer survivors, but leukemia or any other type of cancer. It's for those children. And it's not really a support group. You can find them on Facebook, but they're not necessarily a support group online. It's called Camp Kesem, and they have camps all over the country of the United States that children can be involved in for summer camp. And many of them, the families meet at least once or twice a year in addition to that summer camp, so that children have a place to meet other children who have had a parent or parents who had or have some kind of cancer. So that, like I said, a support group is not just for us. You can have support groups for other people as well. For example, your children. Camp Kesem is usually free. Last time I checked, it was free for any child to join. They have to be at least 6 years old or older. It's usually for 6 years old to 18 or like senior year of high school. Many of the kids that have gone to these camps grow up and become camp counselors for Camp Kesem. Breast cancer support group for patients and their loved ones. So you could join that one, and it's for both of you. But I think that it's good to have those separate. But if you find value in that one, that would be helpful. If I did not mention something that could benefit you, please put in the comments below what you're looking for, and I or someone in that's coming along in the video can probably answer where you might be able to find that. After Breast Cancer, Support the Girls is founded by a friend of mine that I met at a local lunch group when I lived in Northwest Houston. She is a breast cancer survivor herself, 2 times over at the time of this recording, and she also lost her mother to breast cancer. She felt like the ground went from out from underneath those of us who have endured active breast cancer treatment, because once you're done with active breast cancer treatment, it feels like you don't have the support of your care team as much. So she founded that group for that reason. So if you are on the other side of active breast cancer treatment, trying to figure out this life after breast cancer, that might be one that you would consider. When you join a breast cancer support group, it's good to know if you can handle a breast cancer support group. There are so many really good things about breast cancer support groups. Like I said, it's a place to vent. It's a place to know that you're not alone. It's a place for hope and encouragement. It's a place for tips and tricks. But on the flip side of that, you need to be aware that many breast cancer support groups are heavily filled with newly diagnosed breast cancer survivors. So that means that if you're looking for hope and encouragement, it might be hard to find it. It doesn't mean that those people don't exist. It means that they're not on these groups as often as people that are newly diagnosed or people that are in active breast cancer treatment. So it might be hard to find people like that, but there are. And this is one reason that I founded an admin, a breast cancer support group myself, is so that people do have hope and encouragement, seeing other women that fought stage 3 hormone positive breast cancer. At the time of this video recording, I'm 9 years out. I stick in these groups for that reason. And there are some people who have who are further out than I am, that are like 20 years out or 30 years out. Some that are even years out from stage 4 breast cancer, which it's hard to find people like that, but there are people that have survived that as well. But just a word of caution that they're not as easily found in these support groups as people that are actively fighting breast cancer.
You're never told that life could ever get this way. This bill's a joke, you're broke, your love life's steal weight. This journey feels like you're in second gear, where it hasn't been your day, your week, your month, or even your year. But I'll be there for you when the rain hits the door. I'll be there for you because I've been there before. I'll be there for you and you're there for me too.